Morning guys, welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's Sunday the 7th of August 2022. Excuse me not having a shave. Been so busy this week, but a lot of progress. I've had Tony came up, my son, and he's been giving me a hand while I've been off this week, and this is the last day. But what a fantastic job he's made. I'm going to spin you around and we'll give you a quick look at the progress that we've got so far. And it's coming back up again today. It's a little bit dull and overcast and it looks like it might even rain a bit, but we'll see how far we can get on. But I'm just going to spin you around and give you a quick look. So down here we've made a start on, it's been a joint effort, but Tony has done most of the heavy humping and dumping. So down here Tony was cutting the grass for me one day and he says, "This is ridiculous, this time, you can't get in with the lawnmower." And we decided that what we would do, or what he would do, is we'd take down all of these brambles, nettles, everything that was up here. And you can see there's a good 4 foot from the fence out, and it was getting closer and closer basically. And all the scrap metal and bits and pieces and everything, he dragged all that out first. Then he got the strimmer on it and he butched this down and he done all the way up there. What you can see now is we've even got a fence. We've got all the bramble cut back from the fence as well. And then I've now put between us, we've put a fence all the way through now. You can probably just about see this, but you can see it is actually netted now. And it's just builder's scaffold netting, but it's in black, but it's very transparent. This older stuff used to be the better stuff here that's on the back. That's been on over 20 years, but it served its purpose at the time. And so what we've done is I've put some substantial 4 inch by 1 inch tannalized timbers across the top so that it doesn't bow, because the spans between each of the sleepers is roughly 12 feet apart. So what we've done is I've used those, and then across the bottom we've just used substantial lats. And basically what we do is we just staple to the top edge on the ground, obviously, and staple to the top edge of these on the ground. Then we pick the 2 pieces together, bring them over to the fence, drop the bottom one which holds it tight for you while I get up, pin it at one end, get the level on it, and pin it this end, and that hangs down. So once we've got it pinned up on the top and leveled, we screw it tight, come down here, roll this lat round, keeping it all nice and tight, as you can see, and that helps to hold back all this bramble. And because I've actually cut it, any new growth now will be soft and should just turn around on itself and go back out. That's the theory. However, that doesn't always work in practice. So this barrier netting that's on here is just a sacrificial net to start with. And what you'll see that I've done is I've made it so the width of the lat is 1 inch thick, and the netting is tight up on the back side of this rail, and likewise at the top on the back side of the rail the netting is tight up against there. And there's a second skin now going to go on from the outside down here, which gives you 1 inch gap in between as well. So this will be a sacrificial net to hold most of it back. Then there'll be 1 inch gap, so there's flexibility on the, and the outside one is going to be, it's a transparent net, but it's a lot thicker than this one and a lot more dense. In fact, I can give you an idea of what it will look like. So you can see right through this fence here, but the ones that I've got coming now, I've got 4 30-metre rolls coming of this, and this is really good quality, and it has a seam on it as well. It's stitched in and it's really thick, and this is 5 metres by 2 metres, 6 foot by 15 foot, give or take. So I was that impressed with this. I've ordered these on 30-metre rolls, and they will be our second skin on the outside, which will hide a lot of that rubbish there as well. So we got this final corner cleared as well, with all the plastic, wood, metal, everything. And then we put a little door on here. Now this is just my junk stash basically in here. So to make the allotment tidy, basically what we've done is I've put any old tin sheets and wire netting and galvanised mesh and plant pots and all sorts of, and I've just stored it right up here. I'm not going to bother with that because we're not going to see it anyway. The fence is still strong and sturdy, but basically that'll all die back in winter anyways, and if I need to pull anything out of here I can. So that just keeps all of the rubbish that was laying around the pen excuse me, keeps all the rubbish that was laying around the pen nice and tidy now behind there. There's just a little bit more to do here, a little bit more tidying up here, and that's this entire area then finished. I'm going to put a bit of a decking in here, like a step up to the other back sheds, and then that's that sorted. So we've got all of this done down here now. We've got this fence as level, pretty much as level as we could. There's still little bits of plastic and things to pick up yet. Cleared all this area now. All this that was piled up here is now down there out of sight and tidy and accessible if I need it. Got all of this done now as well and leveled through, and we're just about to start chopping these back to the fence line now and doing the same with this one as well. So all of these brambles and everything that you see in the back of here, they were all hanging out over here. You may have seen them on earlier videos, and it was getting, I mean, the space we've gained here again is unreal. The lawnmower used to just fit down, and again we've gained a lot of space. On top of that, what is also done, or between us, we came up here with the strimmer that he managed to fix, and we got all of this cut back here as well. Echo's buried down here, one of our dogs is buried down here, and we got all of this cut back. We started making an attempt on this. Today we're going to be trying to straighten this fence up a little bit, but we're going to be taking all these rails and we're going to be supporting it from the opposite side of the fence. Taking all these out because this is what was not letting me get up against the fence with the lawnmower, hence all this was just encroaching again. So we've chopped all this down as well. I've made a start. I'm going to try and get some of this finished today as well. A big job, yes, and quite an expensive one, but it needs doing, and then it's sorted. And then life will be so much easier when we're cutting the grass and maintaining this side of the allotment. Right, it's now 4:30 in the afternoon. It was raining about half the day, but Tony did arrive. And as you can see, we've got this bit of fence done as well. I cut all the bramble back and all the nettles and everything from here, and we've got this framed off now as well, and it's got netting on, but you can't see of course unless I get really close. There we go. I was just waiting for the other type of netting come, which is going to finish this job really nice. And we've also got all of this bramble cut back, and we've now got this framed as well. So we're now, from here, we've got all of that to do as well. We've got the back fence straightened up now where the sleepers had snapped. We've also done that as well. But we've basically got this fence with its carcassing on now, ready for the better barrier cover when it does arrive. But more importantly, we've now got all of this done as well. So Tony mostly dug the holes for me for all of these. That's one of the dwarf trees from over there that was suffering really bad. I'm going to shape it when it gets established in here again, and we're going to graft Golden Delicious onto this. So if you want to see some grafting videos coming up, that'll be in the next week or so. We're going to graft. I didn't particularly like the apple from this tree, and it's pretty, yeah, not too clever, as you can see, but that's because of the poor soil it was in. We're going to graft Golden Delicious onto these and turn most of the apple trees into Golden Delicious. Then we've got a little rose bush followed by a cherry tree, which will be, these all need the summer prune as soon as they get established again in here. Likewise with this plum, this needs topped and shaped, ready for next season. You see a big massive branch here coming out of the Golden Delicious. That's what we're going to use for the scion wood to graft onto these dwarfs here. And it's coming along quite nice. So we'll be taking a third back on each of the branches on this, so that next year it'll bush out. But because this is a rogue branch, we'll bring this back about here, and we'll use all of that for doing a bit of grafting. Then I've got a dwarf pear coming middle of the week for in here. Then another rose bush we found on that back fence over there that was buried under all the brambles and nettles and everything, that was still in its pot. I've salvaged that and brought it back. Then there'll be another dwarf pear going in there. Then we've got our duo plum here, which needs cut back and shaped now. Then we've got our duo cherry. Again, wants a little trim and a bit of shaping, take any branches out going to the middles and crossing. I'm going to give them a good week or a fortnight to bed in, and then we'll prune them. Another little red rose, and then last but not least, another dwarf apple. And this does produce apples as well, but it was suffering in that ground over there, look. And all of these will get a spraying down with copper sulphate this year, guaranteed. And what I'm going to do is leave this side of the tree with its own apple, and this side of the tree will be grafted with Golden Delicious. So this one will become a duo tree. So what we've done is we dug a hole into the ground, and then we've just mulched them to feed them. There's bark chips to go on the top of this as well, and we've put our plastic tail down there. So these plastics are only like this at the back and the front. One to try and stop the weed coming under the fence, and one at the front so I can run the lawnmower over and hopefully not have to trim. We'll see how that works. If it doesn't work, we'll put a boarded edge all the way down. But I think you'll agree, guys, what $1 million that is. What a productive week off. And the difference down here now, if you remember back, it was full of metal and frames and wire and bits of rotted timber and nettles and brambles as high as this all the way along. But what a massive difference now, and productive for fruit trees. Good place for the sun. The sun comes, they get the sun from here all the way around, but the polytunnels will offer just a tiny bit of shade as well late evening. So I think that's an ideal place for these. But that's the south, so they'll get the sun all the way most of the day. And it's sort of a sheltered location as well between the polytunnel and this back fence. I'm absolutely delighted. A big, massive shout out and thanks to Tony for all his time that he's given me this week and his help. Without him I couldn't have done it, and yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. I'll just give you a quick look at the other job we got done today, and then that's it, guys. I'll give you a roundup. So the other job we got done was this sleeper was sort of leaning towards me. We've pushed it back and got it relatively straight and knocked new substantial posts right down in there and got that pinned up. And this one here, the sleeper has actually rotted off at the bottom, so we've braided this 8-foot post in here, then packed the back and screwed to what is left good of the sleeper timber wise. And this one was leaning right out like this, but it's as near as damn straight again now, and that is a really strong job, which pretty much straightens this fence more or less. Going to get this tackled again, possibly next weekend, and get all this smashed down, all of the rubbish out, so that we can get the ride on moor up and down again. Now that the allotment is almost done, we can just get this finished, and then I'll be able to keep on top of all of this. And then last but not least, now we've straightened this fence up on the outside, we've managed to take all of these lean-to posts out that was holding this up. This is still a work in progress and still needs quite a bit of work, a bit more smashing down with the bramble smasher. It needs the edge trimmer taken down to trim these right back, and again frame and put up across from sleeper to sleepers. Now we've got them tightened up, and a mesh barrier put on there with a darker one on the outside, just like we're going to do with that one down there. But we can only do so much in a week, guys, so yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing it all finished. Still some bits of pallet to break up there and burn and one thing and another. Bit more tidying up there. I'll get that battle out of there now. Probably just run that guttering down into the IBC and connect the two together. Or even take it off altogether, and then I can get straight through there as well to the gate where we come in. Again, a bit of tidying up to do. I've had enough today. I'm absolutely wore out this week completely, and without Tony's help I wouldn't have even got this far, but what a cracking job now. Right, sorry if this one's been a bit of a long one, guys. I really wanted to just show you the amount of progress we've got done this week, and it's all thanks to Tony. He's given me the motivation and the will to continue getting this sorted now, because when I'm on my own I do have motivation for some jobs, but I can't always find motivation to do a lot, or certainly not tackle big jobs like that. They're just too daunting. And I'm pleased to let Tony ever go on my lawnmower now, because it was due to him cutting the grass on the lawnmower when he was fighting around all the obstacles that he said, we need to get this sorted, Dad. And we have. So thanks again, Tony. I really do appreciate it, lad. Yeah, absolutely love it. I'm absolutely ecstatic. As always, guys, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. If you want to see those grafting videos, hit the subscribing button, then hit the little bell icon, select all, and you'll be alerted every single time I put up a new video, if you want to follow me along. Thanks for all your support, likes, comments, dislikes, and as always, guys, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.